plan out your campaign. So run a campaign. So let your campaign focus on your campaign objectives in terms of what you are looking to achieve. So start small. Optimize your budget. We use gamification a lot because we find that incentivizing and rewarding people often helps them more when it comes to career exposure, connecting them to other partner organizations that we work with, like your We Think Code, showing them what type of opportunities are available to them post matric.
Hello, welcome to another episode of ITWeb TV. My name is Lizeth Koza. Today in studio we have Mamello Mofokeng. Mamello is an entrepreneur, a data scientist, founder and CEO of Saturated, a Johannesburg-based technology company focused on digital innovation and transformation. Mamello, thank you for joining us in studio. I'm looking forward to talking to you about your business, the strategy, and overall impact. Let's start with how you started the business. What was the thinking? What were you trying to address? Please take us that journey and how you arrived at Saturated. And also, the name is interesting. Please tell us more about that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Super happy to be here. Saturated came as a result of us seeing that there was an opportunity or a gap in the market for SMMEs to put a name out there for themselves. So basically helping them stand out in a saturated market, hence the play on the name Saturated. So a lot of our services are all about establishing your brand, establishing your identity, using digital solutions to optimize your business processes, to optimize your business flows, to build your digital solutions. So that's pretty much how Saturated came about, and we've been growing ever since.
How would you describe the relationship between technology and small businesses? Because it is said that small businesses are the backbone of our economy. How can they leverage that tech to sort of continue holding the economy on their backs?
I think it's extremely important because technology is ever changing, ever evolving, which is something that you often face yourself experiencing as a small business. You have to adapt or die. So that's what's great about technology. You use it as a solution. So it's great to really integrate it into your business, to automate processes, to make things that would take too much time to be much simpler to implement within your business. There's also so much value in being digitally accessible and being present online because some people, that's the only way they look for suppliers. So it's very important to just get your brand out there and establish that brand presence in the digital space.
Okay. Speaking of digital access, we know that technology comes at a cost, and sometimes people don't even have access to information to maybe look for cost-effective measures. So for SMEs who want to grow but don't know where to start with regards to tech, what practical steps or maybe measures would you recommend as a business person?
I think it's important to start small, identify the problem at which you're looking to solve. I feel like a lot of the technology we use every day, our WhatsApps, our emails, they already have AI integrations. So it's very easy to even kind of flesh out your ideas, to speak with your Meta AI, to speak to your Chat GPTs, and to really brainstorm, to really flesh out what you are looking to do and then be practical. Make the step first because the only way you will learn the lesson is to actually take the step and learn what your business is because you'll only be able to identify yourself in the market once you put yourself out there.
Okay. So touching on the adoption of technology, um, how do you feel about the education behind digital transformation where small businesses are concerned? For example, well, in our communities, AI is not recognized as this important tool. but we mainly know it for manipulating things. So just since you mentioned AI, how are you finding that conversation with your clients in terms of digital transformation, the emerging technologies? Are they something that they open to? Is it something you are seeing across your footprint? And maybe tell us about your footprint as well, and maybe how that plays when compared to South Africa, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So I think so our footprint has been predominantly within the SADC region. So your South Africa, your Lesotho, your Namibia, your Swaziland. So it has been not too different because we kind of have the same cultures. So it makes it easier. But what you do notice, it depends on the type of population you're in. So in certain rural areas versus urbanized areas, you will face different challenges, same as your demographics, your age groups. They do really impact. But what's great about technology is it doesn't really discriminate. It really doesn't discriminate. So as long as you have the skill and you're willing to learn the skill, and sometimes it just takes someone seeing the impact of what it can do. I mean, just think about WhatsApp, for example, and how we used to call, how we used to engage with airtime, whereas now we're engaging more with data,
Yeah.
how we're now looking for Wi-Fi, where it's just things that come with adapting and growing. So I think it's important to have those conversations. I think it's important to start young at a small scale, but it really doesn't matter. As long as you are open to learning the skill, there is a solution out there that will definitely better your business or make it easier for your business to grow.
Okay. So your company covers multiple products or services. You have web development, digital marketing, social media, and brand consultancy. Which of these services do you see that are the most transformative for SMEs, as they are important to the economy?
I think the one that I think is very important right now is digital marketing. So this really speaks to your brand presence, lead generation, building your identity, really optimizing what the online space is, and taking ownership of your space because it's infinite. So there's space for everyone, but you kind of need to take that stance and capture it so that you can see that maybe out of 20 people that you are posting to, one might come back and say, I am actually interested in this service. And that's how you can grow your name. That's how we grew our business as well. A lot from referrals, word of mouth, engagements. And then once you've established that, you actually use the data that you have or the data that you generate from your business internally to better your services. So you may find that you're selling ice, for example, and now you're selling ice, but the more you're selling ice, the more you find that people actually want water. A lot of people are asking you, I actually need water. I know you sell ice, but can I get water? Then you end up selling water because there's a market out there, but you have to be establish that brand presence. So I think digital marketing is very important because it embodies that. It embodies your social media. It embodies the strategy behind how you position yourself. It embodies the data, your users, because what's nice about online, you can see what everyone is, who they are, the demographics, how old they are, how often they click, etc. So it's quite transparent, and you can use that to better sell your business.
Okay, digital marketing. So is there a safe way to sort of conduct digital marketing? I'm talking in terms of so I would say I'm a victim of aggressive marketing.
Yeah.
So how do you work your way around that, not to overwhelm your potential clients?
Yeah.
Because some people say, if I see this maybe like 5 times in different sites or 2 times in different sites, I'm not going to buy the product. So is there a safe way to market yourself digitally?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, plan out your campaign. So run a campaign. So let your campaign focus on your campaign objectives in terms of what you are looking to achieve. So start small, optimize your budget. So don't maybe have too high of a budget where you feel like, okay, I'm just going to spray and pray. Actually optimize your budget, because you will see the metrics as they come that, okay, I'm actually getting more results from Cape Town, for example, and you're investing all of your ad campaign budget across South Africa. Whereas now that you're seeing that, hey, my engagement is more in Cape Town, you can now narrow your metrics, and you can actually narrow where you are looking to have your ad run, so that it can work for you, because it does become extremely overwhelming. It does become quite aggressive. You kind of want to learn your users, and the data that you get from your campaign will assist in guiding that.
Okay. So data is going to be my next
Yeah.
question. So now, as a data scientist, how important is data within the SME space? I know data is a lot. Some people still use the legacy systems, paper-based. So how do SMEs work their way around data and to sort of course, ensure security?
Yeah, no. I think again, it's all about starting small. So what you find that is consuming too much time, what's too paper based of a system. Maybe you're writing letters. Obviously, now we'll move to writing emails. But if you have maybe a outdated invoicing system, try to get on something that's a bit more automated, something that allows you to load customers easier, that allows you to generate your invoices, that allows you to basically watch how the processes flow, because then you'll be able to optimize your workflow. And from the data that you will get from the system, because a lot of the systems already internally have dashboards. So you'll be able to see, okay, I'm actually getting this type of clients every month. Maybe I should shift my resources to serve them, because I'm getting more orders in that. Hence why I have stock that's just sitting on the shelf. Whereas now I can actually just buy stock that I see is moving based on my invoicing system. So a lot of tools are free. You can really start free, try different tools, and then commit to what you're committing to. If you want to subscribe to something, you are welcome. But a lot of open source tools, source technology is out there. So it's just a matter of trying. So try small, try what works for you, and definitely ensure that it's more optimal for the business, so that it works for you, and you can also train your employees on it, and it can just grow and scale your business.
Okay. So maybe let's look at the maybe technical aspects of running an SME. So you offer technical services like SAP consultancy, cloud computing, cybersecurity, and software engineering. So maybe according to your understanding and according to your experience, what some of these technical services that SMEs sort of urgently need, but they're not paying attention to them?
Definitely cybersecurity.
Okay.
It sounds silly, but it's really important, because it's the footprint. It's like protecting your house. It's like having your house without a gate or a fence or protection. So that's what you need to adopt in your business, because it will trickle through to your employees. We have a lot of cases where we find that they don't know their passwords. Maybe somebody created an account on their behalf. So ensuring that you have a system where everything is protected, have password repository systems, ensure that everything is safe, manage your user roles and your user access, and just protect yourself, because in the long run, it will protect your business just from silly mistakes, like phishing, scams, things that we kind of take for granted, that we think everybody knows. Not everybody knows. So I think cybersecurity is important, and training your staff on those measures, because it's all about protecting your space. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe looking at the cost, maybe would you say maybe starting with internal strategies,
Yes.
sort of educate, mind your passwords, you would say those could be the cost-effective strategies.
100%.
Okay, before a third party could come in.
Yes, because once a third party comes in, it's just more money, more problems.
Okay. So I saw that you are very much passionate about inspiring women in tech. and also entrepreneurship. Maybe tell us more about that in practice. What does it look like for you to empower women within the tech space?
I think it's about exposing opportunities. We have a lot of opportunities out there, and ensuring that they are exposed to those opportunities. Knowing that no matter where you are in your life or your responsibilities, knowing that whatever skill you can learn, it will be better for you. It will make you stand out in a way that someone who doesn't have that skill will. It's practical because you will use it in your career and in your day-to-day life. So I'm all about education. I'm all about being very practical in terms of learning a skill, um, setting your mind to something and actually doing it, understanding that it does come with failure, but with failure comes a lesson that you weren't going to get if you hadn't tried. So it's very important to just expose them, because you also don't want to spoon feed people and just give them everything, because that's where you will lack that learning of that lesson. So sometimes going through the tough times are good because it molds you into who you are as a person. So as I think it's important just exposing them to opportunities, ensuring that you are taking part where you can, ensuring that you are making the most of the opportunities that are around you and that are available, because we have a lot of opportunities available to us as women, and we just need to take advantage of it and stand out in this predominantly saturated market that is. And yeah, just don't be scared. There are so many spaces that are already male dominated. There are also spaces that are woman dominated as well.
Yeah.
So just making sure that in the technology space, it's so young, it's so fresh, you can really just take ownership of your skills. And what's nice about it is it's practical. You don't just say build the app and it builds. Well, now it can.
Yeah.
But now you can. But you still have to do the back work behind it. You need to understand how the app will communicate with the client. Is it going to work? Really putting in that time. Yeah.
Right. So maybe around practicality, what is Saturated doing around that empowerment? Do you have any programs, initiatives that you are doing to touch women, well, positively, and the youth? Are there programs that you are currently running right now?
Oh, yes, yes. We currently have a program with Spanner, which is all about digital skills training and digital skills transfer and establishing that. So we work with different entities, NGOs, NPOs. We've worked with SAYEC, which is a small community-based program in Sakile in Standerton. So going into different types of rural environments and showing the technology. I think what's great is to really see that once you've exposed something to someone that they might not know, you kind of get to watch them fall in love with something that they didn't know. So I think we are practically going out there and we are practically trying to teach people that everything is at the touch of your fingertips. You just need to be willing to do it.
Okay, cool. Maybe expand on Spanner. Are there any specific digital skills that you are providing? Do you have the equipment and stuff like that?
Yes, we do always provide the equipment, but we mainly try to focus on skills that one can learn easily, especially using their smartphones. We use gamification a lot because we find that incentivizing and rewarding people often helps them get to the next level. And just being practical in terms of how they learn, exposing them to real tools that they can access that are free, allowing them to showcase those skills within their businesses or within their ideas, allowing them to prototype, allowing them to move from one step to another and making it practical in their life, exposing them to career opportunities and just making it more real, not just something that is theoretical, but showing them those opportunities that are there and that exist.
Okay, so do you have a specific age group that you target? Do you have centers maybe locations? Maybe tell us more about that.
Okay, so currently we have a location, the one that I mentioned in Sakile, which is in Standerton in Mpumalanga. And then we also do a lot of work online. So we're pretty much everywhere. And then we've been mainly targeting the youth. So from the ages of 18 to 35 years. And then also high school, late high school, like your, maybe I would say grade 10 to 12, more when it comes to career exposure, connecting them to other partner organizations that we work with, like your We Think Code, showing them what type of opportunities are available to them post-matric.
Okay. Do you also preach entrepreneurship to the high school students?
I do, but it's tough because I think this thing of the unemployment crisis that we have, it makes it easier for people to just say, but there's no jobs, you know? So what's beautiful about entrepreneurship is it's not dependent on whether there's no jobs. Sometimes you may find there's no jobs, but there's lots of work. So when you're at home, you might be home. It's not your job to be at home, but there's a lot of work. You need to do your dishes. You need to clean the bathroom. There's just so much. And that's what entrepreneurship is about. It's actually doing the work. It's actually solving problems that are within the community. It's actually doing the work and not depending on jobs. But I'm not against it. I'm not against career development. I'm not against going for your passion. But I think now it's smart. Make sure you have your side hustle. Like, make sure you have your side hustle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll take that advice too.
Please.
So maybe looking ahead long term. So what is your vision for Saturated, and especially in shaping digitally empowered, economic inclusive future, for South Africa's SMEs, women, and the youth in general? Like, what's your long term goal?
I want us to be known for making a difference and making an impact, whether it's from a small business or to a medium business or to a bigger business, to be known for doing good work, doing quality work, providing quality solutions, providing quality skills training, where you don't doubt that, okay, you know how people don't doubt Woolworths. We need to be the Woolworths of digital, basically, in a nutshell.
Okay.
But yeah, to just grow beyond, beyond beyond Africa, but to have a big footprint in Africa, because we are strongly rooted in who we are. Our solutions are strongly rooted in our cultures, and everything is all about us. We make sure that it's tailor-made for you. Yes.
Okay. So maybe looking at your expansion plans, and as technology keeps growing, we are seeing new emerging technologies. Are there maybe some products and services you are looking maybe to add into your portfolio? For example, we have we have quantum computing
Yes.
coming. It's on the
Yes.
way. So maybe emerging technologies in mind.
It's here. They're already here. I think looking more at sort of your Internet of Things, so your IoTs, your hello Adam, switch on the lights, those types of solutions, as well as I think cloud computing, because quantum computing, cloud computing, just general computing, the capabilities are infinite. So being able to optimize that to make better decisions, not just for us, but also for our clients. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have specific countries in Africa that you are currently eyeing? Maybe not even now,
Yeah.
but in the long term, well, in terms of economic growth, where you are sensing that you can get sort of a good customer base.
Looking at Kenya, I think there's an opportunity with Kenya as well as Ghana. A lot of African countries, Rwanda as well. So yeah, because there's a lot of evolution. Kenya's very, very strong when it comes to different types of digital products, how they build certain things. So I think there's an opportunity for collaboration, for growth, expansion as well. I think Ghana is such a culturally centered country.
Okay.
So we also have that as South Africa, So when you meet a lot of Ghanaian people, there's just certain things where you don't have to explain to them. So I think there's a niche there, man. I don't know. But yeah, basically we're just exploring right now. But I think those are the two countries where we're kind of tapping our toes in the water, and hopefully something will come to
Other
fruition.
conversations.
Their conversation.
No, okay. Hopefully you can share that with us as soon as it happens.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching, and please make sure that you subscribe.